Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your love and your support to my channel. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you how I'm going to make my Banga Jollof with beans. This recipe is so delicious and yummy. And to tell you guys, this is my first time making this recipe. I mean, with the beans inside the banga with the rice. I've had banga jollof before, but not with beans, and this is so delicious. This bowl I'm dishing, if I go to a restaurant, they tell me to pay £20 for it. Trust me, guys, I will. And I cannot pay £20 for normal jollof rice. Just to let you guys know how yummy this is, I prefer to eat this like almost every day more than jollof rice. So if you want to know how I make it, please guys watch the video to the end to know. Oh my day, this is so delicious. If you are someone that you like beans and rice and you haven't tried this recipe, please guys try it with banga. You enjoy it. So guys, this is the beans I'll be using and my rice. So I'll be using honey beans. You can use any beans of your choice, and I also have my rice, and I'm going to show you guys the kind of rice I'm using, because I know if I don't show you guys will be asking me what kind of rice did you use. This rice I'm about to show you guys, I've been using this rice for the past 2 years and I'm loving it. It's very good. Before I used to use tolly boy rice, but these days I don't use tolly boy rice. I've been using this for the past 2 years and I'm happy with it. Okay, you can use any rice of your choice. So in this recipe, I will not be using tomato at all. I'll be using just sweet red long pepper. You can also use bell pepper. I'll be using the red onions. You can also use the white onions, and I'll be using my banga. That is banga. You can use any other brand, but this is the one I like anytime I'm using banga, which I hardly use banga anyway. So I'll be using aromat, 2 chicken cube, So guys, I'm also going to be using Cameroon pepper, and this is my first time using this pepper. I've never used Cameroon pepper before, so I'll be trying that. I don't know the kind of flavor, I don't know. And I'm also going to be using this spicy. I'm going to use it to blend my sweet red long pepper and the onions. This is optional. You can use any pepper of your choice, And now this is my fish, and this fish is called kote. Back in Nigeria we call it kote, but I don't know what it's called in English. And this is the small one of it. They also have the big one of this fish, but I prefer the small one of it anytime I'm cooking it, because the small one tastes better than the big one. But you don't have to use this kind of fish. You can use any other fish of your choice, like mackerel. Mackerel too is very good for this recipe as well. So I just finished cleaning my fish and I've cut it, as you guys can see. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add my seasoning, which is aromat. But if you don't have aromat, you can use any seasoning of your choice. Any seasoning you use for your cooking, you can use. So I'm just using my hand to rub the seasoning, with the fish. So the seasoning can, rub well with the fish. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and I also tell you guys, be careful when you're doing this, or use spoon to mix it. Don't use your hand like this, because if you're not careful, the fish bone can enter your hand, and we don't want that. So after mixing the seasoning with the fish, I'm just putting the fish in a separate bowl. And the reason why is because, as you guys can see, there's water there, because I'll be frying the fish, So I'm just going to leave that aside. And now I've washed my beans behind the camera. So I'm going to boil these beans till it's soft to my taste. So as you guys can see, my beans is nice and soft. You want to make sure you cook your beans till it's soft. So I'm just going to leave the beans aside. And now we'll start frying our fish. So I'll be using palm oil, red palm oil. Can you guys see? So I'm going to allow it to get hot before I start pouring my fish. So that is it. I'm going to fry this fish till it turn golden brown. I'm using palm oil because of the smell. I just remember back home when they use palm oil to fry fish. You guys can remember the smell, the flavor. I'm craving for all that right now. So while my fish is frying, I've chopped my onions and the sweet red long pepper. I've taken out the seed. I'm going to go and blend it. I just add a little bit of water, tiny bit. So I've blended. And now if you guys can see my fish is golden brown. I'm just taking it out from the oil. So what I did, I took some of the oil out because the oil is too much. I don't want my rice to be too oily. So I just pour the pepper that I blend inside. So I'm going to cook it for, few minutes. And to quickly tell you guys, I did not use this chili pepper to blend with the onions and the sweet red long pepper because I taste the Cameroon pepper. Thank goodness I taste it. I taste it and it was so spicy, so spicy. I'm like, wow. I thought it had flavor you add to your cooking because a lot of people use it, Cameroon pepper, Cameroon pepper. This is my first time using it. So I open it, I taste it, and it was so spicy. It doesn't have any flavor, to be honest with you guys. It was just so spicy. So I avoid the other spice pepper. So I'm just adding just this to, my food because it was so spicy. So I just add it to the sauce and, now I'm going to add my banga. So you guys can see I'm adding my banga. I'm adding my banga. I'm adding my banga. I'm so excited with this recipe, guys. You know when you're craving for something and you're making it and you can smell it, just the smell you are imagining. So my two seasoning cube, I'm going to add my two seasoning cube. And in this recipe, I'm not going to add any meat stock or anything. I want to make it, the natural way. Back home, our mother's time, when our parents is making this kind of recipe, they don't have meat stock to use. They just make it the natural way. That's what I'm trying to get here. I'm trying to make it the natural, to give me the natural flavor, the natural sweetness, So I'm going to taste it for salt. And it's very nice and sweet, and the reason why it's like that because the pepper I use, the sweet red long pepper, is sweet. That's why. So it's just lacking of salt, and instead of me to add salt, I add my aromates. If you don't have aromates, you can add salt to taste. So now I'm going to cover it to cook for about a few minutes, and I'm washing my rice. And you guys don't mind my sink. I have all sorts of things in my sink, and don't blame me. As a mother of three, if you're not careful, you just walk and walk and walk and walk, So I'm just washing my rice. You guys focus on the rice, don't focus on the plates and the sink. Okay, guys. Yeah. So this tomato sauce I've been cooking for, not tomato sauce, guys, my banga sauce I've been cooking for about 6 minutes. So I just add the beans I boiled earlier. As you guys know, the beans is nice and soft. I just add the beans and I'm stirring it and the flavor is just coming out. The fried fish. Oh, the smell is just everywhere, I tell you. So I'm tasting it for salt again. And to tell you guys, I did not add any salt or any seasoning to the beans I boiled. It was just only water I add to boil it. So I'm just tasting it to make sure that it's well seasoned. So now I'm adding some of the oil that I used to fry the fish. I'm just adding it, just that smell, that flavor. I don't know, guys, that smell. Ah, and right now it's just taking me back, back memory, childhood memory, or how do you say the word? You know, the smell of that fried fish, guys. If you are from Nigeria, your childhood, you eat fried fish where they use fry palm oil. You know what I'm talking about. So I allowed that to cook for about, I think it was about 7 minutes, and now I'm ready to add my washed rice. I'm just stirring it to make sure that it's not sticky. So I'm ready to add my washed rice to the banga sauce. I'm just mixing it. I miss it. I miss it. You know, I'm just adding a little bit of the oil because it's not too oily, as you guys can see. So now I taste it and it's not that spicy, so I'm adding more of the Cameroon pepper. And trust me, guys, if you haven't used this pepper before, make sure you taste it and make sure that you see how spicy it is before you use other spicy to your cooking. It's so spicy. I didn't know it's a spicy pepper. I thought it had a flavor that I add to your cooking. Well, I can't tell by any flavor. I just know that it's very spicy. So I'm tasting it to make sure that it's well seasoning and all that, and I can see that it's very nice and sweet, but salt is missing. So instead of me to add salt, I'm just adding aromat. And as I said earlier, if you don't have aromat, you can add salt to taste. So I add a bit more water, boil water from the kettle, because I want this rice, I want it soft. I want the rice real soft. You know the way they cook it back home. Those our parents, the way they cook this kind of banga rice, that they make it soft. Not like the one we are cooking this, the big children nowadays, that is always hard. Want it soft. And as you guys can see, I add a bit more of aromas because I taste it and it's still lacking of salt. I'm trying to avoid not to add salt. So now I'm just using foil to cover it before putting the lid on. And the reason why I'm using foil to cover is so that I know it has water, but I want the water and the steam to cook the rice so that it will be nice and soft. I want it really soft, a bit softer than normal posh jollof rice that we cook. Okay, so 5 minutes later, I'm just checking on my rice. So I'm just mixing it to make sure that it does not burn or is not sticking on the pot. So I'm just mixing it and mix it and mix it. So I'm going to put the lid on, and another 5 minutes I'll come and check it again. So guys, 5 minutes later, I'm checking on my rice again. I'm just stirring it to make sure that this rice does not burn. I cannot afford this rice to burn, I tell you guys. This rice is so good, guys. Oh my days. And I tell you guys, those days that our parents make this kind of rice, people might think, oh, because they are not rich or they cannot afford to buy tomato plum, fresh tomato, all the ingredients for jollof rice. That's why they are using this kind of method. But I tell you guys, the generation we are living now, a lot of people will pay a lot of pound or a lot of naira just to get this banga rice. It's more expensive than normal jollof rice, I tell you guys. So now I'm adding my fried fish. My rice is almost 5 minutes to my rice to get done. I just add my fried fish, and it just smells so good, guys. Oh my days. Sorry guys, I think I'm talking too much. But I'm just telling you, when I was cooking it, the flavor I was getting, the smell, I'm just, So I get a new foil because the old one, the one I was using, you guys can see. So I'm using a clean foil, to steam the rice so that the flavor of the fried fish will, they welcome each other. You know what I mean, guys? Yeah. So this is about another 5 minutes later. As you guys can see, I'm just going to mix everything together. Oh my days. Oh, we don't know what we are missing. If you like bangas, if you dey chop banga soup and you like beans and you like rice and you've not tried like this together, I'll tell you, you are missing a lot. This is my first time making this recipe, and I'll tell you guys, it's one of my best favorite recipe ever. Okay? Ever. Ever, guys. Ever. So my rice is ready now, as you guys can see. Can you guys see? Oh my days. These days, Banga jollof rice is not common in a restaurant and it's very expensive. So those days that when they cook it, they think na poor people they chop Banga rice. No, 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 no. These days, a lot of people pay a lot of money just to get this Banga rice. So if you can make it, good luck. So I'm just dishing my rice. I'm dishing it so that I can also take picture, and use the picture for my thumbnail, to attract you guys to click on the video. You know what I mean, guys. But this is not just about thumbnail. This is real food. It's so delicious. I remember I asked my daughters when they were eating it, I said, which one do you prefer? Normal jollof rice or this one? One of my daughters said, I cannot really choose. The other one said, oh, this is really good. I don't mind this. But left to me, I love this. I don't mind eating this every single day. But guys, it's not possible. I can't eat it every single day. So thank you guys for watching. If you are new to my channel, you like to see more recipe, please subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching. I'm thanking you, all my old subscriber. Thank you for your support and your love. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.